Rollie Boom here, and today, after another decently long hiatus, I don't know, it felt like it. I'm here back with another tier list video, or a video in general. With Sword and Shield being out for already, 10 days, I believe. The game came out, what was it, the 15th or the 17th? I feel like it might have been the 15th. So it's almost been out for 2 weeks already, which is insane. It feels like it just came out a couple days ago. And so I'm here to give my final tier list on all of the new Pokemon in this game. So I believe this should be all of them. If I'm missing one, somebody please tell me, because I went through this before I started recording this, and I am pretty sure that this is every single new Pokemon in this game. Is this gospel? Do you have to get offended by this? No, it's just my opinion. It shouldn't be too controversial, I don't think. But yeah. Either way, let's just get into this. Kind of been wanting to make this video for a bit, and so yeah, I think I'm ready. So we're gonna start off with Rookidee, Corvisquire, and Corviknight. So as you can see here, it's F, D, C, B, A, S, and S plus. F, there probably isn't gonna be anything in F. There are very few Pokemon, if any, that'll go in F or D. Really, C is probably the worst. It's gonna be B is like the middle tier of okay, which is where I'm going to put Rookidee. It's starting bird. I do like it better than some of the other starting birds. It looks a lot cooler. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of just like your basic starting bird. Corvisquire is next. I'm debating between putting Corvisquire in C or B. Although I think I'll give benefit of the doubt because I like this evolutionary line in general and put it in B. It's that more awkward middle stage. And I mean, to be honest, I don't hate it. It's pure flying, which is something I like about this line. It's not normal flying; it's pure flying. One of the few we actually have for some reason. So yeah, put it in B. You know, just regular Pokemon. Don't hate it, don't love it. But Corviknight already gets put up into S tier. S plus tier is best of the best for this generation, and S tier is I really like it. From the second I saw Corviknight in the trailers, I immediately knew I was gonna be like, this thing's on my team. It's flying and steel, which is already a cool typing. Competitive wise, I've seen it used pretty well. I plan to have a competitive one myself. I've been breeding for competitive for not even a week now, but I've already got like maybe almost a week now, and I have like, I don't know, half a competitive team. But the point is, I used this thing in my playthrough. I knew from the second that I saw it, I was gonna use it. It's very cool, and at least in the regular game itself, a good mon to use. So next we have Grookey. Now Grookey, I'm going to put in the, I don't know, this one's hard to decide because it's either B or A. I think I'm gonna put it. I think I'm just gonna put it in the B tier because I don't hate it. I don't love it. When I first saw it, I was like, when I saw all 3 starters at first, I was like, man, I really don't know what I want to pick. I don't know. I want to see their final evolutions before I make a decision. And to be honest, I mean, it's fine with that. I haven't played through Shield yet. I've only played through Sword. I plan to get Shield at some point soon. Black Friday's in 2 days, and play through it. And I might choose Grookey for that one. I don't know. I haven't chosen one yet. But I did not choose Grookey on my Sword playthrough. Next we have Thwackey, and I'm gonna put Thwackey in C tier. Design wise, I don't hate it. Just the color scheme seemed a bit off to me. It seemed I don't necessarily dislike it. I don't hate the color scheme, but I don't know. It definitely was one of those where it's like, you are definitely the awkward middle phase. I definitely like Gookie better than Thwacky. And next we have Rilla Boom, which I'm going to put that into A tier because Rilla Boom is a solid design. I like it. I like it more than Grookie's, and I like it more than Thwacky's. It definitely fit in with that line perfectly. It's very cool. I like how it's a drummer. And I like Rilla Boom. That it's a cool Pokemon. When I saw it, I was like, this could be something I use. And so yeah, just in general, when I saw Rilla Boom, I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool final evolution. That's good. Next, we have Scorbunny. Now, Scorbunny, I think I'm also going to put into the B tier. I might change that in a bit. I mean, really, I can put all three of the starters in the B tier, which I'm just going to do now. I'm going to put all three of the starters here. When I saw them, I just did not know who to pick. I was like, I really don't know. Because I didn't dislike any of them, and I didn't look at one of them and go, oh my god, I love it. I really wanted to see their final evolutions before I made a decision. And so that kind of goes for all of them. I don't know if that's going to offend somebody where it's like, oh my god, this Pokemon sucks and you don't hate it, or oh my god, I love this Pokemon and you don't love it as much as me. Yeah, keep in mind, I do not dislike any of the three starters. I do not dislike any of them. They are all solid. But I just don't, I didn't like any of them enough to put them in A tier. But back to Raboot. Raboot, we're also going to put in the B tier. I liked Scorbunny's whole aspect of being a soccer player, and how Raboot definitely reminds me of like one of the managers, how he can put his hands in his front pocket, like he's got a sweatshirt on, he's got like this scarf around him. A lot of people look at him and think ninja, but he's not actually based off a ninja. Raboot, the boot meaning to boot the ball, but also looking like a manager with the scarf and the sweatshirt and everything. That was a cool idea. I don't love it. I don't love Raboot. Again, middle phase. But I like it more than Thwacky. But Cinderace gets to go up in that S tier. So I chose Scorbunny for my sword playthrough, and I think the thing that sold me was Cinderace. It is not my favorite starter. No way, no how. Nothing is going to pass Infernape. Or at least something could, but it'd take a hell of a lot to do so. And Cinderace, it does not match that criteria. I do like the soccer player, though. I do really like it. I like its stats. Like, that's the other thing, competitive. Oh, it has potential because its hidden ability, Libero, is just protein with a different name, and it's amazing. Pyro Ball, its signature move, animation, gorgeous. People saying the animations look shit in this game. There are some bad ones, don't get me wrong, but there are some fucking beautiful ones too. Don't get me wrong on that. And Cinderace definitely is up there on beautiful animations for its signature move. Speaking of other moves, Court Change. Something it learns at level 62. What it does, it takes all the hazards from your side and moves it to the other side of the field. That is insane for competitive. Seriously, they were making this thing with competitive in mind. They were making this whole game with competitive in mind. And I really like that about this game. They're trying to make a good competitive scene. And Cinderace, I feel like, once Libero gets released, will be on that scene a lot. And I'm glad I made my choice of picking Scorbunny for this game. Next one going to have is a Drizzle. To be honest, I'm probably going to put it in C tier for now. That could change. I haven't... When it comes to Drizzle and... I've mixed feelings about it, because it's like... The premise of it is cool. I like Sobble's whole evolution line of Sobble is the person being held captive, Drizzle is the kidnapper, and then Inteleon is the detective coming to save the day. But Drizzle's design, I mean, I guess I'd probably move it up towards B tier, because I like the whole I'm the bad guy kidnappy thingy. But I also don't I don't dislike his design, but I don't love his design either. It's kind of just neutral for me. Inteleon's line in general is pretty much just neutral to me. And so yeah, I'm just gonna put Inteleon there in B tier as well. Again, I don't like it. I mean, I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't dislike it. Would I use it in a playthrough? Possibly. Its signature move, Snipe Shot, really cool. Its stats, fast special attacker, good for competitive. But me myself, I just I liked Rilla Boom and Cinderace's designs better. But that's just me. If you like Inteleon, that's perfectly fine. So here we get into the non-starters. We get Galarian Zigzagoon, which I guess I'd just put here. In fact, I can pretty much put the entire line just at B tier. There's gonna be a lot of mons in B tier. With this line, it was the first regional variant that was not from Generation 1 that I saw. So I definitely like that. Also, the first regional evolution that I like with Obstagoon. And I like the whole thing, how it's inspired off the band Kiss, and how Obstagoon is based off Gene Simmons. It's really cool. It was a cool premise. And its typing, unfortunately, dragged it down. Dark and Normal's a shit type. Like, no beating around the bush. It's bad. All it takes is literally a punch from... It could take a punch from a score... A punch from a score bunny would kill it. That's the point. It's that weak to fighting. So if it's... I wish it were pure dark. I feel like I'd like it better. Be better for competitive. But yeah, in general, it's just a cool line. I have nothing against it. Next, we get to Galarian Darumaka, which we are immediately going to put into A tier. And Darmanitan, actually. We're just going to put them both in A tier. Maybe even S, actually. I love this line, actually. This line's pretty great. We're gonna move up to S. We're gonna move them both up to S. Let me tell you, this line, Tyranitar Tube has made me have a soft spot for any Darmanitan, because of his Alpha Sapphire Extreme Random Nuzlocke. And his starter in that was a Darmanitan, and it was named Damage, and it was a god. And so when I saw that there was Galarian Darmanitan, I was like, hell yes. And his reaction was great too. He lost his shit. He got his ace of his team wasn't his starter. It was the Damage. But instead it's his cousin named Whammage. So now we have Damage and Whammage. The ice typing is really cool. Ha, pun. The Galarian Darumaka is so cute. I mean, look at this boy. Look at this boy. He's so cute. When I saw him, I was like, oh my god, it's adorable. And then the afro of Galarian Darmanitan. He looks like he's ready to have a good time. Wink, wink. And in competitive too. This is the first bond I've ever seen be able to be double choiced. Because his one ability, Gorilla Tactics, is just a choice band. And then you can hold Choice Scarf. So like on Showdown, my Galarian Darmanitan is Choice Band, Choice Scarf. And it can terrorize stuff. It does a lot of damage. Quite literally. Oh my god. This is why he named it Damage, because it does a lot of damage. And so really I just have a soft spot for Darmanitan now, and when I saw it I was very happy that it got some love. Generation 5 in general got a lot of love and in this generation, and I really like that because Generation 5 has a soft place in my heart. So next, moving on, we have another Gen 5 variant. Yamask, and Runerigus. So we're just gonna put these. Actually, we're gonna put that there. So, Galarian Yamask, fine design to me. I didn't have anything. When I saw it, I was like, okay, cool. Then when I saw Runerigus, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I like how it's whole, like, the Yamask used to control the mask, and now this haunted tablet is controlling the Yamask now. The typing of Ground Ghost is another cool one. And in general, when I saw Runerigus, I was like, that's pretty cool. That's just a cool mon, and I really like it. That's just a cool mon. So next up, we have Yamper. I'm just gonna put Yamper, and I feel like I'm gonna get a bit of flack for this one, but when I saw Yamper, I just was like, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't know what to think about it. I was like, it's a cute dog, for sure, but like, I would have liked a better dog design personally. It's just me. I don't hate his design. It's kind of it's indifferent for me, but I'm not enough to put it a B tier. I would definitely say I like Rook D better than Yammer, and the starters. Boltend, we can put Boltend up at B tier. Cool dog. Again, electric doggo. It could have been really badass, like Manetric. It wasn't, and I don't. That's like, oh well. I mean, I didn't use it on my playthrough. I didn't really plan to. And I don't really have anything against Boltend. It's fine. It's fine to me. Next up, we have Suri. I'm just gonna put that one in C tier too. I don't really have anything against Suri. It's just kind of and it's kind of a forgettable mon. I do like its wave of evolving though. That's really cool. Which was why I'm gonna put Alcremie in B tier. Some people really do not like Alcremie. Me personally, it has actually some pretty crazy stats for how small it is. It actually has some pretty good stats. It's got a Gigantamax too, which if Gigantamax are made legal, that can make Alcremie viable. Like I said, the way to evolve it, super cool. How it has a bunch of different forms, that's also really cool. Its shiny is actually pretty good too. But yeah, I mean, really, just Alcremie was one of those ones where it's like, that's pretty cool. I expected it to evolve, but then once I saw that it was actually a final evolution and its stats, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then its evolutionary form, that's pretty cool. Squirrelvan, we can put also here in C tier. Typical rodent. I never even ran to it. Never planned on using it. It just seemed kind of another one that we can just add it to the list of rodents. Not much to say about it. But Greedent, ooh, do I put Greedent in B or A? Because he's a happy boy. He's a happy boy, and I love him. We're gonna put. Do I want to put Greedent? I don't. Do I put Greedent over the starters? Do I put Greedent over the starters? That is a difficult one to decide. You know what? For now, I'm gonna put Greedent in A tier. He's such a happy boy. Look at him. He's such a happy boy. He's just a chunky happy boy, and I love him for it. I really wish I could do free for alls with my friends because I've seen some wacky bullshit with Greedent, and I love wacky bullshit. It's definitely a staple in my life. Wacky bullshit. Next we can go to Wooloo. Now Wooloo, again, I feel like I might get some flack for this. When I saw it, I was like, okay, it's cute, it can roll, okay, it's pretty cute, but I wasn't as crazy as many other people were for it. I saw it, was like, it's a cute boy, he can roll around, go into a ball, that's cool. But like, do I put him on the same level as Draenarigus or Rilla Boom? Nah, not really. Dubwool, also gonna put it here in B tier. I saw him, was like, yeah, that's a pretty cool evolution. I like that, the mountain ram thing, also with the bouncy wool too. I like that. That's pretty cool. That's fine. And so yeah, next we got Gossifleur, which I'm going to put in C tier. I didn't really care for it much. If I had evolved into something cool, I would have cared for it a bit more, and I'll put Eldegoss here too. Eldegoss doesn't look like a final evolution. If it had a third stage, it could have been a lot cooler. I wish it had more potential to do stuff. It's just a weak, more forgettable Pokemon, if you ask me. But like I said, that's just my opinion on it. I do like how it's Milo's ace though. That first gym battle was pretty cool, though I'm pretty sure I one-shot it with my Scorbunny. But yeah. Next up we have Nickit, which we can put. I think I'll put it here in C tier. Like when I first saw it, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Although I want to see what they do with their evolution. I want to see what they do with that. And then we got Thievul, and I'll put Thievul up in B tier. So I was like, okay, yeah. That's good. And I really like the design for it. The typing to appear dark. That's good. You know what drags it down? Competitively, no bueno. For some reason, Thievel's stats just are not that good. If it was competitive, I would like it a lot better. I would like it much, much more. And that kind of leads into the next thing with Aracuda. I'll put that one in B tier first. When I saw it, I was like, that's kind of cool. I originally saw it with the Cramorant thing, how it gets stuck in its mouth and then it throws it out. It's like, that has to be Pokemon, right? That has to be. And then when I saw it, I was like, it looks pretty cool. I wonder if it evolves though. And man, when I saw Barraskewda, my original thought was, okay, it looks pretty cool. Then I saw its stats and was like, oh my god, this thing's insane. And yeah, it is. It's a massive threat competitively. Oh my god. And it is so much fun to use. And I plan to use it competitively because, muy bueno. And that's kind of my thoughts on the design. Pretty cool, but competitively, that's what sells it for me. Cramorant. We can put Cramorant up in B tier. When I first saw it, I was kind of just like, yeah, it's got a cool gimmick. He's a good boy. And I mean, yeah, I like how it can also go Pikachu, and if it spits it out at you, you'll get paralyzed. That's a cool thing. It's a cool idea. But yeah, I mean, other than that, just nothing much about it. Also, another primarily flying type, which is something that seems to be pretty rare. Next up, we have Blipbug, which to be honest, I think I'm just gonna put Blipbug at D tier. I just thought of Scatterbug, and then we never actually saw it until like the leaks, I don't think, and it just seemed pretty forgettable to me. Same with Dottler. I think I'll put Dottler at C tier though. Bug and Psychic, cool typing, especially for a regional bug, but like I didn't care too much for it. Orbeetle though, is pretty cool and can get put up at B tier. Its Gigantamax form is really cool with the UFO thing. I like that a lot. And I mean, competitively, it can set up webs. It's kind of just, I'd say it's kind of just like a web setter. Do some other wacky stuff, set up screens, something like that. Yeah, so Orbeetle definitely brought this whole line up as a whole. I like how evolution through evolution, it progressively gets better and better. It's a good thing. Usually you like that with an evolution. Next up we have Morpeko, which Morpeko we can put at, I think we can put it at C tier because I just wasn't as sold on it as some people were. Its ability's cool. I like how it can switch forms like that. That's a cool idea. But like other than that, I mean, I saw it and was like, okay, it's an Electric Dark Pikachu clone now. Okay, add it to the list. Next up we have Choodle, which I'm going to also put Choodle at C tier. I don't know, it's got a big head. That's all. That was my thoughts about it. I was like, okay, pre-evolution, it's got a big head. But Dreadnought we can put up at B tier. I saw Dreadnought, and it grew on me after a while. I thought it wouldn't have an evolution. I saw Gigantamax and I realized that it actually could do stuff competitively. So it grew on me. That's for sure. It definitely grew on me. Sorry if you heard that loud noise. My knee just hit my desk. But yeah, typing of rock and water. It's kind of a hit or miss with that one. Massive weakness to anything that is grass. Which there are a lot of grass types, but yeah, it was cool design to me, cool Pokemon, cool design. I was definitely fine with it. Next up we have Hatina, which I can just put Hatina there. I mean, it's kind of just like, yeah, it's cute, okay, but nothing too special about it, at least to me. Hatrem too. I can put I'd say I'd probably put Hatrem here too. I mean, just nothing too special about it, at least to me. Hatterene, I'll put up here B tier. Also has Gigantamax form. Super slow, but it can definitely do some things competitive wise, at least probably. And it just seems like it's just another Gardevoir line to me. It's just another Gardevoir line, like exact same type progression. I mean, Gardevoir's faster. That's kind of the difference I see. Like Hatina, like just like with Ralts, you can't see Hatina's eyes. I mean, it just felt like when I saw it, I was like, it just feels like Gardevoir again. It just does. Impidimp, we can put here at C tier. I didn't totally like its design. To be perfectly honest, when I first saw it, but Dark and Fairy was a super cool typing. I was like, that's cool. If it evolves into something cool, I'll use it. And spoilers, I used it. Next, we have Morgrem, which I'll put Morgrem up here. That's definitely one of the better middle stages of this game. It was a very cool middle stage, and I liked it a lot. Grimmsnarl. Oh, okay, I can't. It's not. Is it gonna let me zoom up enough for me to shoot? It's not, isn't it? Grimmsnarl's not B tier. Grimmsnarl is I'd probably put it at for now I'll put it at A tier. It might change later. Looking through all these other ones, Dark and Fairy type, like I said, really cool. It looked pretty cool to me. Gigantamax form looked so good, and in general, when I saw it, Dark and Fairy, I was like, this thing has competitive potential, and its learn set is crazy. It can learn so many good moves. The only thing that drags it down is its speed. It's pretty slow. If it was faster, oh my god, it'd be a force of nature. But yeah, I was immediately sold on using it the second I saw the final evolution. So I'm gonna move this up to S tier. I'll move Grimmsnarl up to S tier. Next up we have Silicobra. I'll put Silicobra here at C tier of just kind of being forgettable. It's kind of just like, yeah, okay, cool. And actually, now I think about it, I'd probably move Galarian Zigzagoon down, and Linoon. Obstagoon, I'll keep it B tier. But yeah, Silicobra was fine. I mean, I didn't have anything against it. Sandaconda, though, I'm debating whether or not putting it in B or A, because I like Sandaconda. It is a good Pokemon. So we'll put it up here at A. Gigantamax form's cool too. Its ability Sand Spit's pretty good too. Can set up Sandstorm. Obviously, it's not Sandstream, but once it gets attacked, it's got some pretty good stats, and it could be used in competitive. It has potential. With its speed, it doesn't necessarily need it when it's bulky enough, and it learns Glare, so it can just paralyze too. It can do a lot of stuff in pure ground. It has, let's see, weakness to grass, water. That's it, right? Yeah, I think it's only grass and water, which granted are two very common types, but can be worked around pretty quickly. Next up, we have Sinistea, which I'll put Sinistea here, and in that I don't have too much against it. I just kind of saw it and just went, this is kind of forgettable pre-evolution. The way to evolve it it can be pretty annoying, so that's not too much fun either. But Poltegeist, let me tell you, it is worth it when you get this boy. I need to scroll up a bit more. Poltegeist, we can put it here in B tier. I like the whole thing, how it's like, I like its whole gimmick of how there's a chip pot and a cracked pot, and one of them is rarer. And competitively, it can be a really good shell smasher. It can be a good shell smasher. It can do some wacky shit, and that's pretty great. And actually, I'm debating whether or not using it, because it's got some pretty good special attack. Its special attack's kind of through the roof, which is pretty good. Next up with Rollie Kohli, I also put this in C tier. When I first saw it, I was like, I just kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like something like a Geodude. You got your rock type for the generation, and I mean, it wasn't totally. I wasn't totally sold on it. Then I saw Karkle, and I was also like, okay, this is quite a big change. I mean, I don't actually no. I'm gonna put Carkol up at B tier. Because it knows Flame Body, and you can use it to hatch eggs. Also, it's a rail card, and how you find it in the overworld is pretty funny because it's just speeding like a fucking rocket across the rail mines and the Galar mines. But Colossal, Colossal. Let me tell you, I'm putting it in B, but it's not. It's higher than B tier. It is higher than B tier. Colossal was it. I liked the name. I liked its design. Its Gigantamax is badass. It's great, and I really liked it. And that's one of the reasons why it was on my team. I used it in my playthrough. I was like, you know what? I feel like I gotta give this. I feel like I gotta give it a try because I mean, look at Gigantamax. I want to use that. Sadly, I couldn't use it because I didn't know how Gigantamax worked. But competitive wise too, good for setting rocks. It can learn rapid spin too. Very bulky, and you can run it physical or special. Pick whichever one you choose. So that's also pretty good for it. I like Colossal a lot. And Kufant, I'll also probably put it here. You can kind of just rename this the baby Pokemon tier because that's kind of just all it is. I mean, there's a lot of baby Pokemon weren't always my favorite thing. They're kind of just okay. They're there. I'm not gonna fight it. I don't necessarily dislike it. It's just kind of like who cares? And Kufant's sort of that same thing. We saw this Pokemon earlier, very shortly in a trailer after being paused enough, and yeah, pure Steel type's pretty cool. I like it's an evolution though, Copper Jaw. I'll put it up here at A tier. Thanks to this thing, you can stack Stealth Rocks, Spikes, Toxic Spikes, and Steel Stealth Rocks because of this thing. The competitive potential to stack and be annoying as hell is so great, and it's thanks to this thing. It's design in general is Gigantamax. I like it both. Well, I saw it. I didn't use it on my first Shield playthrough, but I might use it on my Shield. I'm really thinking about using it on my Shield because I didn't get a chance to, and it's a pretty cool Pokemon. I like it a lot. It was one of those overall good Pokemon. Next up we got Stonejourner, which I'm just gonna put it here because I don't really care for it. I think I've seen it like twice in my Sword playthrough. I saw it towards the end. It doesn't have a pre-evolution, doesn't have an evolution. Is it strong? It isn't any of those. Okay, I don't care. Pinch Urchin, kind of more the same. More just like, okay, I don't really care. Hop did use it in his final team. I don't really know why. There were much more powerful Pokemon for him to use. And I don't know, he chose to use Pinch Urchin anyway. It's kind of that forgettable tier again. Same with NDD. Seems like Galarian Audino. Those are my thoughts. It's just Galarian Audino. Nothing too special about it to me. Its female and male forms are different though, I've heard, but it isn't really enough to save it from the C tier. Toxel, we'll put up at B tier. Poison electric types are really cool typing. I use Toxtricity on my team, and yeah, that was a baby Pokemon that was pretty cute to me. When I saw it in the overworld and it was crawling after me, oh, it was so cute. He's just a good boy. He's just a tiny good boy. But its evolution, Toxtricity, throwing it not in B tier. We're throwing it up here to S tier. Because if you guys probably don't know, I am a guitarist. I've been playing guitar for over half my life, and Toxtricity is half based off a guitarist, which is something I really liked. Again, Poison Electric is such a cool typing. It's got a 4 times weakness to ground, and it's 2 times weak to psychic. But other than that, that's it. It resists 8 types. It resists almost half the types in the entire game. So, like I said, if it were faster, it would be forced to be reckoned with. It has a Gigantamax form, which has not been released yet. It's the only one to not be released now because we got the trailer today for Gigantamax Snorlax, which will be coming out. But man, Gigantamax Toxtricity looks so cool, and this Pokemon is cool. It's just badass, and I love it. I like how it's got the the hyped up form and the amped up form and the low key form, because I got to make multiple low key jokes about it. But yeah, Toxtricity used on my team, muy bueno. Snom, I'm just gonna keep Snom at the C tier. Actually, I'll put Snom at B tier. It's a cute boy. It's cute. It's just there. It's just chilling, quite literally. It's just a nice type. I mean, it's one of those where I looked at it and was like, okay, yeah. It looks kind of cute. Then there was a YouTube video I saw called the Snom Song, and I was like, oh my god, it's just a picture of a Snom spinning, and for some reason it's really cute. Frostmoth, I'll also put here. Ice and Bug, cool typing. Too bad it's defensively just utter shit defensively. But competitively, I've heard that he can do some crazy things. It actually has surprisingly good stats. Surprisingly enough, and I mean, yeah, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that design. It's a good design. Next up, we can put we'll have Sizzlepede. Sizzlepede, I'll also put it B tier. When I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, it can turn into something. It seems like it can turn into something pretty great. Bug and Fire and Bugs and new typing as well. Can probably do some cool stuff. And then I saw Sentiscorch and not B tier. It's going up to A tier. I saw Sentiscorch and was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Then I saw Gigantamax and I'm like, okay, that's even cooler. It definitely helped. My opinion on it definitely changed. It definitely grew on me more as the game came out and I played through it more. I feel like this video is helping me build my team for Shield now. Like I feel like it's helping me build my team at this point, because I didn't use Sentiscorch in my Shield playthrough either. My team was Cinderace, Corviknight, Toxtricity, Colossal, Grimmsnarl, and then Eternatus, and later Zacian. So obviously put those in S tier along with Galarian Darmanitan. But Sentiscorch, I saw it and I was like, I originally was like, holy cow, it's something out of my nightmares. It's a fire centipede. Oh god. And it grew on me very quickly. It grew on me really quickly. Especially when I saw Gigantamax, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. And then we got Clobbopus, and Clobbopus, he gets to go up to, I think he gets to go up to B tier. I don't think I'd put him on the level of A tier just yet. Hint about its evolution. Clobbopus, he's just chilling. He's strutting. He knows who he is, and that he's better. And that he's better than you. He knows, and he'll beat you up too. He'll give you the good old 1-2. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. I remember in a video I saw, it was a free for all in those Clobbopus, and one of the things that they said was, I'm here to fuck bitches and be an octopus, and I'm already an octopus. That is Clobbopus in a sentence. Next up we have Grapploct, and Grapploct gets to go in A tier. It's a very cool idea, and I just kind of I like his design. Competitively, very strong physically, both attack and defense. Its speed, not its best attribute. Actually, it's its worst stat. But in a Trick Room team, with it flame everything. And it's pure fighting too, which is pretty cool to me. And yeah. I just saw Grapploct and Clobbopus, and I was like, that's just a genuinely good evolutionary line. It just is. So yeah, I feel like I might change some of this afterwards after I'm done with everything. After I'm done going through everything, I feel like I might change some stuff up. Move some Pokemon up or down. But I just want to kind of get through this first. Next up, we got Duraludon, which Duraludon gets to go into A tier. Originally, a lot of people made fun of it. A lot of people made fun of his design. I thought his design was pretty wacky too. But Steel Dragon grew on me pretty quickly, and its design grew on me pretty quickly, and its competitive possibility grew pretty quickly. It's Gigantamax too. I like how it's based off a skyscraper. I think it's primarily based off the big one in London. I forgot its name. I'm not British. I'm clearly not British, if you couldn't tell by my voice. But Duraludon, it grew on me very quickly, and it definitely has competitive potential. I very much like it. I also like how Raihan uses it because Raihan's a very cool character. I love the characters in this game. Big plus to that. Arctozolt. Now the fossils, they're an interesting breed, quite literally. It's meant to be a joke on how England or Great Britain is pretty bad at making fossils, which is pretty great. That's a pretty great backstory or background. That's pretty funny to me. So that already gives them a bit more extra points. But just their designs, man, they're pretty wacky. But Arctozolt and Dracozolt, we can put those in B tier. Those ones, electric, ice, electric, dragon, typing's fine. Competitive ability, I'm pretty sure they both actually have potential. Dracozolt's got like a 170 base move if it outspeeds or some shit like that. It's insane. But the other two, Dragovich and Arctovich, yeah, I don't like it. the designs were just weird to me. They didn't, especially Dragovich. Like, Water Dragon's a good typing, and that just did not work for me. It did not. And Arctovich too. It just didn't click with me. It did not click. Applin we will put up at B tier. Grass Dragon, very cool typing. And I like this whole premise of the worm and the apple thing, especially with it being a dragon type. And speaking of that, Flapple we will put up at let's be honest, I'm gonna move it up to S tier anyway. And Appleton, we can put Appleton at A tier. I like both. I love both of these. Personally, I like Flapple better. But I have nothing against Appleton. Both, its Gigantamax looks good competitively. Both have potential. And they're just genuinely great Pokemon. That line is it's same with the Grapploct line or the Centiskorch line, or a lot of these lines. There's a lot of single evolution lines that are just genuinely really good, like genuinely really good. Next up we have Askew. I don't know if I'm actually pronouncing that correctly. Askew, we can just kind of put it at C tier. It has the same type of ability as Mimikyu, where it always tanks the first attack, doesn't take any damage with the ice block, and then it breaks, and it's a tiny little penguin. And you can set a belly drum. I got Sweat Bite. It was not fun. And I mean, yeah, it was kind of one of those Pokemon where I saw it was like Stone Journer. It was just kind of forgettable for me. I just kind of saw it and I was like, okay, cool, and then moved on from it. Next up, though, we have Dreepy, which Dreepy we can put at B tier. It's a very it has a soft spot for me now because it's a little torpedo that gets shot out from Dragapult and from Dracloak. We can put Dracloak here too. I spent almost no time with it because I have a fully competitive bred everything Dragapult, and I spent almost no time with Dracloak at all, like a total of 5 seconds. So Dracloak I don't care too much about, but let me tell you, Dragapult, this thing, it's moving up to S tier just immediately. I saw it and just went, it's so good. I didn't end up using it on my first playthrough because it's pretty difficult to find. But competitively, like I said, it was the first Pokemon I bred competitively because I knew I wanted to use it. It's insane and competitive. Oh my god, it's so good. And I love using it. Dragon and Ghost, I don't really know why it's a Ghost type, but I'm not against it. I'm not against it in any sense. Another one of those just very good Pokemon. It's the pseudo for this game, and it's a pretty good pseudo. So then we have Phalanx. Phalanx can get put into the, I guess I'll put it in B tier. I like its whole thing where it's like based off how it's partially based off Roman soldiers. Its no retreat move's really cool too. How it makes so you can't switch out, but it raises all your stats. Actually, you can have some competitive use with that move. I saw it as like, if it evolved, it'd be pretty insane. It could be pretty insane, but also I'm fine with it not evolving. Next up, before we do the legendaries, we have the other forms of all these Pokemon. They're just gonna stick with the same ones from before. Zacian and Zamazenta, their base forms. their base forms, I'll put their base forms. I think I'll put Zacian at a B for its base form, and then Zamazenta. Also, I'd probably say a B for its base form. Their base forms. It's a very cool premise. I just kind of looked at their base forms and was like, oh yeah, okay. I had nothing. I didn't love their designs. I didn't hate their designs for the base forms. I liked the premise of it. But their crowned sword and shield designs, where is that S tier? Moving up, so good, very good. I from the second I saw their designs in the trailer that revealed them, I was like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I like it a lot. Very great, very great. And so yeah, they're going straight up to S tier. Fairy and Steel, Fighting and Steel, both cool typings. Eternatus, we can put that up in the A tier. Thought Poison and Dragon's a cool typing. Its design seemed a bit weird and creepy to me, but I feel like that's kind of the whole point of it. The final climax of the game was really cool. I liked how you get to catch Eternatus before Zacian and Zamazenta. Spoilers, if you haven't managed to get to the climax yet. But yes, you fight Eternatus, and it's very cool. The climax of this game was pretty good. So next up, we have the Galarian forms for this game. I'm assuming I'm not missing any. Well, we already had Zigzagoon. Yeah, we already had Zigzagoon. Yeah, so we have Corsola and Cursula. We can actually, I'm gonna keep Corsola there because Galarian Corsola with Eviolite. I had one shit on me and it was not fun. I hated going up against it. Cursula, though Cursula can get moved up to B tier. It's got insane special attack, base 145, and its hidden ability, it's basically Perish Song if it gets hit by a physical move, is also really cool. And the whole premise of how coral reefs are dying and are in trouble because of pollution and global warming. It's a really good message, one I agree with. Something has to be fixed really fast. And so having Galarian Corsola kind of give light to that, how it's just a pure ghost type. It's dark, but I mean it's a good thing to bring up because more people need to be aware of the problems that we're doing to ourselves. And Cursula, good. It was. I think I also got shit on a Cursula once, and it wasn't really fun, but I like his design too. Galarian Stunfisk. I think we'll put it up at B tier because I think I like it better than regular. I like it better than regular Stunfisk. I like how it's a bear trap. I like how in the Galarian mines in the overworld, there'll be like fake Pokeballs resting there, and if you stay too long there, it'll bite you and you'll be in a battle. It's a cool overworld thing. It really is. I don't know how good competitively it is. Ground and Steel. The Excadrill is just a better Ground and Steel type all around. But I like this design a lot. Galarian Meowth. Put that there. I didn't like Galarian Meowth. I did not think it needed a Galarian form because now it has 2 regional variants and a Gigantamax. And possibly even more stuff that I'm forgetting that I heard about and I was like, oh, I know it's gonna be real, but I wish it wasn't because it doesn't need it. But Berserker, you get to move up. You get to move to B tier. Pure Steel type. I like that. It's cool. I mean, it's kind of just a simple thing where I was like, it's definitely got some lore behind it, behind the premise of it. And it just looks pretty cool. I liked it a lot. I wouldn't say I liked it a lot. It was more like this is cool. This is fine. This is fine. This is a fine evolution. I like it much better than Galarian Meowth. And it actually has some pretty strong stats too. Now Galarian Ponyta, put this here. Just looks like My Little Pony. It does. Just looks like My Little Pony. It was weird that wasn't a fairy type, but Galarian Rapidash ends up being a fairy type anyway. So that's all fine and dandy. When I just first saw it, I was like, it looks fine. I'm just want to see Galarian Rapidash looks like, and Galarian Rapidash gets to get put in that B tier. I haven't played Shield yet. I've seen its stats though. It's pretty good. Actually has pretty good stats and potential for competitive. Psychic Fairy, it's not that unique of a typing. We have Hatterene, we have Gardevoir, but it's faster than all of them. It's actually physical. It's a physical Psychic Fairy type, which is another cool thing. I just thought, I was like, that's a good evolution. That's just a good solid evolution. Good job. Next up we have Galarian Farfetch, which it's kind of just a Farfetch, which just dragging its leak around a bit more now. Pure fighting type, that's cool. I was kind of just like, yeah, okay. But Surfetched get put up into the. Do I put it in A tier or B tier? I don't know. It's hard to decide. I think I'd keep Surfetched at the damn, that's kind of hard to decide, cause like I'm trying to look at all the other ones. Like, would I put Surfetched over this? Would I put Surfetched below this? So I think I'll put Surfetched up at A tier. And actually move Zacian and Zamazenta's base form too. Because I mean, when I first saw Surfetch, my thoughts were, thank God Farfetch deserved an evolution so badly. Pure fighting, it's cool. I like how it's got a sword and a shield. It's a cool looking Pokemon. It's a signature move, also pretty cool. It's another one of those pretty cool Pokemon. Next up, we have Galarian Weezing. Galarian Weezing gets put in that B tier. When I first saw it as the first regional variant we saw, and I was like, that's a solid one. Poison and Fairy, new typing, a solid one. In doubles for VGC, this thing can do some damage. And yeah, I saw it and I was like, that's solid, that's good. I like it. Then we have Mr. Mime and Mr. Rhyme. I'll put Mr. Rhyme up here because it can rapid spin. Mr. Mime, I saw it and I was like, okay, it doesn't look as creepy as regular Mr. Mime, but it still looks pretty creepy. It still looks pretty creepy. But Mr. Rhyme, it can rapid spin, so I've used it before. It actually has some pretty decent stats. So it kind of evened it out for me. So as of now, this is the final list. The S plus tier we can kind of just eliminate. It's not there. We can just delete the row. Yeah, there. Just there. Get rid of it. We don't really need an S plus tier. So now I'm gonna kind of go back through and look at all the mons and see, maybe change some before I make a final decision on it. Because I feel like that B tier turned into more of, yeah, you're fine. C tier turned into, okay, just kind of forgettable. And then D tier is the worst so far. So I'm gonna go through this row by row. I mean, when I think about it, I mean, if this tier was the you're fine tier, then I'd keep it that way. And if this tier was the okay, yeah, tier, I think I'd probably keep it that way too. Yeah, this is for these ones at least, it's pretty good. Yeah, I think I agree with I think the two halves of my brain agree with this within themselves. But this one, the A and S tier, this is the one that could change a lot. Because I mean, really, I feel like if I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't really put Colossal over some of these other mons. I feel like I'd move Colossal down. Like, 'cause when I'm thinking to myself in my head, it's like, would I really put Colossal over Duraludon or Centiskorch or Grapploct? Because I use those, I like those more now. Like, I mean, really, I think I'd keep Appleton A tier, but like, I don't know. I think I'd keep these mons in A tier where they are now, because A tier doesn't mean I don't love them. I really, really like them. I just like the S tier mons better. Yeah, because when I'm looking at it, when I'm looking at it for myself, I mean, Grimmsnarl, I think I'm gonna put Grimmsnarl down at A tier. I like Grapplock's design better. I like Centiskorch's design better. Actually, I think I might move Centiskorch up to S tier, because Centiskorch has really grown on me. And is that gonna be all? I don't know. Duraludon is cool too. Copperjaw also cool. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna keep this one as is how it is now, because I mean, in reality, this all seems pretty fine with myself. I'm like, two halves of my brain are clashing with each other right now, trying to make the finalized trying to make the final cut for rankings. I'm debating between Duraludon and Copperjaw where to put him. I think I'm gonna keep Copperjaw at A, but do I move Duraludon up to S? Do I move Duraludon up to S? This is not very good commentary. I'm kind of just thinking but with myself on this one. If I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm just gonna move Duraludon up to S tier. I think I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna cut it here, and have this be my final. Have this be my final tiering. Yeah, Larian Darumaka can stay there. Yeah, so I think this is gonna be it. So leave your thoughts down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you hate my choice of favorite Pokemon? And oh my god, you put all three of the starters in the B tier. Yeah, just leave your thoughts down below. This has been a pretty long video. But you know, I haven't uploaded in a while. I feel like I should give you guys a bigger upload. You know, I want to give my final opinions on every single Pokemon. On every single Pokemon in this game, because the Pokemon generation were pretty solid overall. As you can see, majority of the Mons are in the B above tier. For me, there are only 4 in D tier, and a good chunk in C tier, but not as much as there are in B tier. B tier is the biggest, obviously, and then and like the S tiers are all super solid Pokemon, super solid. And the A tier ones too. A tiers are really solid as well. Although I think with Inteleon, I think I'll move. Am I gonna move Inteleon up? Okay, I said I was done. But am I really done? Yeah. I'm just gonna end it there. Thank you for watching this video. I have to end this. So with all that being said, I've been Infernape. I'll see you beautiful, lovely people again next time.